Hello there, what's crack? I like it. I'm Scotty. You're not. I didn't mean for the clearing the throat to be in there, but you know, whatever. Mm, Scotty medicine. Black cross, buddy. Deliscos. Anyway, welcome back to the Shudder Horror Weekend. We're winding down. I wanted to cover this because I remember when this came out, everyone was talking about it. I messed it up with another movie. There was a foreign film. I don't remember what it was called. Hold on. I think you should be able to search. Let's do this. Go to YouTube. I think. I don't know. I know it was a Shudder movie, so Dead Meat Shudder. Shudder. Blood Quantum. The Night of the Devil. Men. That was as above, so below. Host. Revenge. You get Spookaz, which is on Shudder. VHS 94. I feel like it was a foreign film. Usually watched. I watched a lot of them. These are most recent watches. I would have. Okay, the best way to do this, because I think it was recent. Alright. Dead Meat. No. Newest first. Let's just go. He was within the last year, so just go. As above, so below. Fire fresh outlast. We're 1 year ago now, exactly. Away. The meat video. It's the When Evil Lurks. I found it. That's what it is. When Evil Lurks, because evil is in the title, right? The dark and the wicked is not even in there. When Evil Lurks and the Dark and the Wicked. When Evil Lurks is the foreign film. This is the American supernatural film directed by Brian Bertino. No, not Brian Boitano. Oh, what Brian Boitano do? If he was here right now, he'd make a plan and he'd follow through. That's what Brian Boitano do. No, Brian Bertino, who gave us The Strangers. He directed and wrote The Strangers, and he co-wrote The Strangers Pray at Night. The original ones, not the new pieces of shits. He also directed Vicious, which I already reviewed. It was a Paramount Plus movie. Now that I know that, yeah, it is very similar. It's like pretty much set at a singular location with an entity coming for people. It's not just one person here, it's other people. It's very similar in a way. Yeah, it's about this family. The father is on his deathbed, he's basically in hospice care. The wife is slowly losing her mind, and then the kids come to visit, and the mom, who doesn't want them there, and then things escalate from there with the mom's death, and then weird things start to happen, and yeah. So I remember when this came out, people were talking about this movie. Oh, it's one of the scariest things I've ever seen. There are moments. It has its moments. Especially like the opening scene. Okay, I'm gonna go down. Okay, so it doesn't say here, but the opening scene to this is a scene where the wife, the mom, her name is, I know, They don't have names, just mother and father. So the mom, she's out in the barn, she's doing something, right? And right away, you see this location. She's on a farm. She's pretty much alone because her husband is in the bed, dying currently. You know, from what we don't know, it's never really fully explained, but you can kind of put together that whoever this entity is doing this. But she's alone. She's hearing a noise. You're on a farm in the middle of freaking nowhere. You hear strange noises. You're gonna freak out. And if you pay close attention, you do see something. I only saw it because I was standing right in front of the TV. Because I turned it on and then I was looking through my steelbooks on this side and the shelf. I have my regular steelbooks there, my Blu-rays. I was kind of looking through it. Periodically, I will go over and I've changed the list for June Universal month so much, but I'm constantly looking to see if there's anything else I can do. I currently have a tentative list, but I already changed it twice. So I want to do half revisited, half new ones, because I want to give you guys new content, not just recycle stuff, right? That's what I want to do. I did that with the Universal Horror Month. I added some new shit in there. So the Universal Monsters movies were all new, except for Dracula and Frankenstein. But anyway, so I was doing that, and I happened to look right at the TV when they showed like the goats or whatever they are, and you see something moving, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. So everyone, yeah. I don't know if I was supposed to see that because I was right next to the TV, standing right to the left of the TV. So I was like, oh. So the following day, her kids show up, Louise and Micah. No, not that Micah. But there was a point where she does yell, Michael! And I went, Micah! And right away, she's like, go away. And, considering what this family, their relationship is, you can mistake that for, oh, I don't want you here. Go away. But if you really think about it, especially once you've watched the movie, it's like, no. She's saying, go away. Knocked over my bottle. It's empty. She's saying, go away. I'm saving you. I want you to be safe. Go away. Not that actually does anything. Well, I have a problem. With something that they do. To me, it doesn't make any sense. I know you can justify it. I'll get to it, but... So, during the time that there, things start to get weird. There's weird noises, and you really see things. And then the mom, she's cutting the food, and then she just starts to choppy her finger. An accident, right? But then they find her dangling in the barn. We'll put it that way. She's just hanging. She's hanging in the barn. She's hanging in every sense of the word. So yeah, she's now dead. So now I know I say it like that. I don't want people to think I'm insensitive. It's a movie, okay? It's a movie. So I say she's now dead. I'm not. That's how I say it. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm not trying to joke. It's a movie. This is not really happening. It's a trauma thing, sure. And there's all this. Now that she's gone, it's just the kids, and they're on each other's throat. And I want to point this out because I've talked about this in 2 separate movies, and I need to praise it here. Smoking. Okay, I've said this in 2 previous films. If you were going to have an actress smoke in a movie, make sure they know what they're doing, and this actress does. So, she's obviously a smoker, I guess. Going back to Vicious, they were smoking that too. Dakota Fanning, her character was all about trying to quit. Marin Island is the actress here. So, yeah. So at the funeral or the burial, they meet Father Thorn, this priest who says that he knew their mother. She started to come to services and become more religious. Apparently, it's a family of atheists, but yeah, and he gives Louise a phone number to call, right? Yeah, that's good. So that night, though, as they are, I don't know, enjoying dinner or something, or they hear a noise, and they see Father Thorn outside telling them to come out, and then he disappears. So they also meet Charlie, who really was a friend of their mother's. They meet him at the burial, the funeral, and well, we can't have him interfering. So he sees the entity shows up, looking like Louise, freaking out on him, speaking weirdly, cutting herself repeatedly with a kitchen knife, and that for some reason drives him to eat a rifle. Trying to find collective ways, but yeah, or collective. Trying to find ways to say it, yeah. So he is now deed. So now Louise is trying to call him to talk to him, and she's unable to, get a hold of him because, he's deed. So she calls the number that Father Thorn gave her. This scene confused me. Right? So she calls it, and he's confused how she got the number, but you gave it to me yesterday. I'm confused. I don't know who you are. Yeah, yesterday at my mother at the funeral. Where? In Texas. I ain't never been to Texas. I'm in Chicago. This says he lives in Chicago. He says there's a hotel room in Chicago. But then there's a bunch of weird things he starts saying that makes you think it's not really him. And why would the entity give her a real phone number to the real priest? I don't know. So they summon a doctor to the house. I'm assuming this doctor's also the entity because we want to request that he get moved. And the doctor's like, no, you can't move him, or his health is too bad. So I'm assuming it's not really. I'm assuming everything they see, except for maybe the nurse, is not real. And then they find the goats have been killed, and so they dispose of it in a bonfire. Except for one who has had babies. I don't know. Okay, can I ask a question? Why is it when demons show up as loved ones or something, or just show, why they gotta be naked? I know that that's your purest form. You're born naked. I get it, but why? Why she gotta be naked, man? The entity shows up as the mom and she's naked, and I'm just like, why? Yeah, she disappears or something, and then Louise decides she's gonna sleep in the bed beside her dying father. And I don't know about you, but I don't think I'd be able to do that. Knowing my father is dying right beside me. Well, I don't know my father personally. I met him when I was 2 or 3. I knew him when I was little, but I don't know. But I don't know. She has a nightmare where the demon tries to possess her, but she fights it, and then she sees her father floating in the air against the ceiling, tells her to leave, and then she wakes up, and a young girl. It says young girl, but the actress was like 20 at the time. She had to be. I looked up that she's 24 now. She had to, in the same out in 2020. So she was 19. Never mind. So, but like she shows up. She says she's Charlie's granddaughter, and then just like freaks out. And this is a creepy scene too. It's like repeating the same thing over again. That is the entity. But like, why take the form of Charlie's granddaughter, someone they never met? The Wikipedia article is claiming it is this girl form is Charlie's granddaughter, so I don't know. The nurse then shows up to take care of the dad, and then Louise finds out that Michael, my God, is gone. They get on a phone call, and he tells her she needs to leave. But the nurse is now possessed, and so she begins to stab herself with her knitting needles, including both of her eyeballs. So she is dead. Then this is where I call bullshit. So Michael gets home, and he finds his wife and kids dead in the kitchen. This makes him distraught enough to however, it is then revealed that actually they are not dead. There's no one there. It was all a trick. It was a prank, bro. But he actually has, because then the wife and kids show up shortly after that and see this. I call bullshit. I know that evil, malevolent spirit demons can do things. But this whole movie is about people telling them to leave, which is indicating to the audience that if they leave, they would be safe. This is a cop-out. This is a cop-out. By all intents and purposes, he should be safe, because throughout this film, with the mom's demeanor, and with the dad warning Louise in the dream, telling them to leave, and every time they try to leave, they are stopped. The one time he is not stopped, someone does not stop him from leaving, and he still dies, doesn't make any sense. The only way this will work is if he does this, and he realizes not only are they dead, but he wakes up, he's in the barn. He never left. That's how it would work if it messed with him, making him think he left. Right? Get rid of the phone call, because then the phone call wouldn't work in this situation. But have it where he thinks that he left, only for him to have never left. It's like Grave Encounters 2, where they get out of the mental hospital, they go all the way back to the hotel, they grab their shit, and as they're going on the elevator, it takes them back to the hospital. Do that. Like, he's distraught. He does that, and then everything just changes around him. And actually, he's still in the barn on the farm. He never left. Right? Because it doesn't make any sense when everyone's been saying they need to leave to save them. And he does leave, and he's still not safe. I understand that's how it would go, I guess. Like, in a lot of these kind of movies, they're like, oh, the spirit's going to follow you, the demon's going to follow you no matter where you go. But that's also, like, in those movies, you don't have people that keep telling them to leave. And it's very obvious that it's attached to this family, but it's attached to, like, the dad, right? And you can also say, well, maybe they just think they're going to be safe. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're wrong. You're just assuming that they're going to be safe. I don't know. But yeah. So, huh? Oh, I had to go back up. So apparently the nurse attacked Louise and knocked her unconscious. So then she just wakes up, which I don't know why the entity wouldn't take care of her when she's out. It's nighttime, and she finds her father. He dies. He's down to one last breath, and he takes that one last breath, and he is now dead. And then, as soon as he dies, the demon attacks her, and that's it. So, this is maybe criticizing too much, but throughout the whole film, we see that this thing tortures you to commit schmooshmite, makes you distraught enough to do it yourself, and then after the dad is killed. By the way, the dad is one of the only ones where it's like he's just slowly dying. Once he does, he was like, fuck it, and kills her anyway. Like, what? Because the movie's over now, so I liked it. I think it was overhyped, but I did like it. I'll give it a low birthday good because it's good. I just feel like, I don't know, the cop out thing, that killing him off even though he left. It felt like it was more to tie up loose ends, because if you really think about it, because I just thought about this, he leaves, so he's technically safe, right? Which, this is another way they could have done it. Even if they don't show it on screen, he leaves. Dad dies. She wakes up. Well, she wakes up, the dad dies, she dies. Movie ends. Now it's like, oh, well, at least he got away. Didn't he think about it? You really think about it. Wait, now he's going to find out that his dad and his sister are dead. He's going to have to go back. So essentially, he's still not safe. So you can still say, you can still have him leave and get out. Get away from it. And then with this ending, keep this ending and be like, well, he got away. But now he's going to have to come back. So he's dead anyway. You don't need to show it. You can just realize that he's going to be dead. So, yeah, it's a little pretty good. That was good. There were some pretty scary moments. The whole thing with the granddaughter, them finding all those ghosts dead, and just the opening scene. Yeah, very well done. So, what are your thoughts on The Dark and the Wicked? Let me know, guys, know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.